discussed again, this Zakaria deal on Chelsea side, because at the moment the situation is worrying. Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to discuss you about the transfer market. And today we enter into two deals that we discussed on deadline day and now are not working. So what's gonna change for two big English clubs? Let's jump into it together. And so guys, as you can see, today we speak about Denis Zakaria, of course, but also Arthur Melo, because it's not an easy moment for the new signings of Liverpool and Chelsea, both coming from Juventus on deadline day. Both surprising deals, because many of you remember, if you followed the deadline day, that Zakaria was set to stay at Juventus, and then Chelsea decided to go for him in the final 6-7 hours of the market. Arthur Melo was close to many clubs during the summer, Valencia and many others. Then at the end, no proposals, and the Liverpool opportunity arrived during the night before the deadline day. So it's always in the final hours of the market when this kind of deals are being completed, but in this case, they are not working. I want to start with Denis Zakaria, because Chelsea signed him on loan with a buy option, 28 million euros buy option, not mandatory of course, also with 4 million euros in add-ons. But I'm told that this deal will be discussed again, this Zakaria deal on Chelsea side, because at the moment the situation is worrying. Zakaria is never playing. He was a player wanted by Thomas Tuchel. So the plan for Zakaria, who was under consideration at Juventus because he was an important player for Juventus, but then during the summer the situation changed as they signed Paredes from Paris Saint-Germain, as Fabio Miretti, Italian talent, started to play a lot with Juventus and with Massimiliano Allegri, so they decided to let Zakaria leave. But at Chelsea, with Thomas Tuchel, the plan was to have Zakaria as a starter, as an important player for the team. But then with Graham Potter, he's never playing. He had 0 minutes with Chelsea till now, and also he's not even on the bench. So it's a problem at the moment, the situation of Zakaria, and this is why they will discuss again on Zakaria's side, on club side, to understand how to proceed, because staying like this makes no sense for Chelsea, for the player, and for Juventus too. So let's see what happens with Zakaria, but let's see what Chelsea will decide to do with midfielders in general, because for sure in the summer Chelsea will go for an important midfielder. They plan to go for an important midfielder. We will see which one. They wanted Frankie de Jong during the summer. Jude Bellingham is on the market, and so many top clubs are on him. So everything is open, but they will go for a top midfielder. Let's see in January if the Zakaria situation will change. For sure, at the moment the buy option will not be triggered. Also, the buy option of Arthur Melo will not be triggered by Liverpool, a buy option that is around 37 million euros, 37.5 million euros for Arthur Melo. It's a loan with buy option, not mandatory also in this case, but the main problem with Arthur is the injuries. He's having too many injuries. In this case, it's something that is surprising for Liverpool, because they signed Arthur Melo on deadline day as they had many injuries in the midfield, and so they decided to go for Arthur to have one more for Jurgen Klopp. And then next summer 2023 to go for a top midfielder. Now Arthur, serious injury, 3-4 months out, not available for Jurgen Klopp. They're having a big issue with injuries and with midfielders in this moment. So let's see what happens in January for Liverpool, for Arthur Melo, if Liverpool will decide to move on the market in January or directly in the summer. The plan has always been to sign an important top player in the summer in the midfield. We know about Jude Bellingham also in this case, but it depends of course on the competition, and it also depends on what they want to do in January with this Arthur injury. Let's see when Arthur will be available, if it will be January, February. It's also important to understand what they will do on the January market. But why did they do this? Denis Zakaria because of Thomas Tuchel, and in this case Arthur Melo because they needed one last-minute midfielder. But as we can see, sometimes these deadline day signings and transfer market for top clubs are not always working. And so guys, let me know your opinion on Denis Zakaria, on Arthur Melo. How do you see their situations with Chelsea and Liverpool? I wait for your comments. Here as always, remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon with Fabrizio.